the floor. Rockin' what's real like guitar. We open new doors, new show, new run. The control can't keep up.
Hi, this is Majinone, and here's my review for Volume 1 of 7 Billion Needles. 7 Billion Needles is actually inspired by a novel called Needle by Hal Clement, and it's put out by Vertical, which is actually the first time I've ever gotten a manga by Vertical, or published by Vertical, I should say. Anyways, 7 Billion Needles is a story of Hikaru. Hikaru is this girl here with the headphones on. She's kind of like a distant kid. She had a tragedy in her life early on, and she pretty much just spends her entire time with headphones listening to music all day. Well, as luck would have it, she's on a class field trip, and she leaves the group and goes outside, and she sees like a shooting star zipping through space, and it suddenly crash lands on her, which pretty much obliterates her. Now, she wakes up like in class wondering if that really did happen. And of course, something did happen to her while she was out there. Now, there's two parts to the story, I guess you can say. One is Hikaru, where, like I said earlier, she's withdrawn, she doesn't really talk to people, she's very closed. And eventually she has to, make friends and then talk to people, and, it's developing her as a person. The other part of the story is there's two aliens that crash landed that night. There's one alien which is evil, which basically, if left unchecked, will kill everybody on Earth. The other one is like an alien with morals, very strict code, and what it's trying to do is save the planet. Well, the good alien bonded with Hikaru on that night, reconstructed her body, and it starts to communicate with her through her ears, through her eardrums, by vibrating them, and which completely freaks her out and just gets her all angry because, she's not used to talking. Now, the other alien is basically doing the same thing in that it finds somebody, it bonds with it, and is going to go on a killing spree. Now, the evil alien, I think, is really cool in that it's like a shapeshifter in a way. Not in the sense that it will change its appearance from one human to another human, but what it does is it takes its body and then it basically changes into like dinosaur parts. Early on it changes one of its arms into like a raptor claw and cuts Hikaru in the arm, cuts her arm off. See, like this here. Now, later on it gets really, really cool looking because it transforms into different things. Now, it is kind of bloody, so, if that's an issue for you, then you might want to watch out. Because there's definitely going to be some bloodshed going on there. Now, overall, I really like this first volume. I think it showed a lot of promise. While Hikaru is an annoying character for me because of the fact that she's just too walled in as a hero, but what I think is going to happen is, is she's going to develop more as a character, and as she starts growing, then I'll like her more. The alien creature on the other side, the evil one, that one could be really, really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's going to do, because basically, if Hikaru and her alien lose sight of it, then what's going to happen is that alien is just going to go from person to person, and they'll never be able to find it. Because it does have the ability to do basically travel from, basically switch hosts. Overall, like I said, if you really like sci-fi-ish type stories, this might be a good pick for you. It is bloody, there's going to be some action, violence, special attacks, that type of thing, but it's not special attacks in the Dragon Ball way. It's going to be a lot different. I don't really want to go to too much of the fighting just because I don't want to spoil what's going to happen at the end of this volume. But overall, like I said, I really liked it. It really surprised me. When I first saw the cover, I was kind of torn by it, but then I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And I was really happy I did. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Subscribe to the channel, rate the video up or down, let me know what you think. And I'll have more reviews up later, so until next time.